I'm not going to stand behind the podium because you can't see me there. So thank you so much, everybody, for giving me the opportunity to be here and speak with you today. I'm going to be talking about leveraging your brilliance. And leveraging your brilliance so you have the opportunity to make more money and build your business. Sounds like a plan? That woohoo will come in handy later on, and we'll see why. So, leveraging your brilliance. So, with leveraging your brilliance, first of all, what I'm going to talk about what brilliance is not. And just to, a number of years ago, what ended up happening for me, I was working in a corporate job, and, it really honestly was truly the best job I had up to that point in my life. And what I realized is we were working in a government contract, and my boss and I, Bridget, my good friend, what ended up happening is we were driving around to all the government offices and talking about what our program was and how exciting it was. And at the same time, I had these podcasts that come out, and the podcasts, again, we're getting this incredible response, and I kept thinking, I need a bigger audience, I need a bigger audience. And yet we were driving around to these little offices, we had maybe 3-4 people. Some of them, being in their jobs for a while, were falling asleep. Not because we weren't entertaining, but just they didn't really care. And I'm thinking, this is not my brilliance. This is not, this is not really who I am and what I want to really be doing in the world. I know I was having this reach, but this was not it. And then the kicker came when we were doing a little talk in Oliver, and we had to go to Princeton, and somebody said, oh, take the shortcut. Has anybody ever been on that shortcut before? It's over the mountain. So we're going over the mountain, we're driving, and we're following somebody, and we're looking at each other going, oh my God, are we going to make it there? Like, where are we? We're in no man's land. We're in a logging road. 2 girls, we got our high heels on. It's like, okay, we're in trouble if we get in trouble. And all of a sudden we come to a grinding halt. And not because there's a tree in the road, not because there's a big hole we can't go through, but because we got cows. Do you know that line in Twister? It's one of my favorite, cheesiest movies there is, where the therapist is in the background, and she goes, we got cows. It's like, that's what we had. We found ourselves on a logging road, and then way up the top of the mountain, surrounded by cows. And I'm looking at it, I'm kind of thinking, this is not what I meant by a bigger audience. This is definitely not it. So that was the beginning of the end in terms of kind of nailing the last, nail in the coffin of that job, of my corporate job.